And the king sent, and they gathered unto him all the elders of Judah and of Jerusalem. And the king went up into the house of the Lord, and all the men of Judah and all the inhabitants of Jerusalem with him, and the priests and the prophets and all the people, both small and great. And he read in their ears all the words of the book of the covenant which was found in the house of the Lord. And the king stood by a pillar, and made a covenant before the Lord, to walk after the Lord, and to keep his commandments and his testimonies and his statutes with all their heart and all their soul, to perform the words of this covenant that were written in this book. And all the people stood to the covenant. 2 Kings 23, 1-3. When Josiah stood beside that pillar and read aloud the book of the covenant, he was not merely reviving an old code, he was awakening the creative power within every ear that listened. In that moment, the scroll became an imaginal seed, planted in the womb of every heart present. The king's voice was as the father who, day after day, remembered when this was an empty lot, and painted its future mansion so vividly that all who heard him saw it already built. To read in their ears is to breathe into the unseen, to impregnate the fertile nothingness with the substance of promise. As he spoke each commandment, each testimony and statute, he was occupying the end, the fulfilled state, so that every man, woman, and child might incubate it within. They not only heard of covenant, they became covenant. Standing together, they doubled the vision, the king's vow and the people's assent intertwined, creating a bridge of incidents that could not resist manifestation. Notice how Josiah made a covenant with all their heart and all their soul. This is your call to think from the end. You are that pillar, unshakable, rooted in the promise. You are the pillar and the hearers, the reader and the reader's soul. As you imagine the world governed by love, obedience, and wholeness, you move across the inevitable ladders of circumstance straight into experience. The book found in the house of the Lord is your own imagination, dusty until you read it, alive the moment you believe it in. So stand firm. Speak your covenant in solitude. Let your inner voice read what you intend as fact. See yourself keeping every statute, walking after your true self with all your heart. As they stood to the covenant, so must you rise in your secret place. From that act of believing in, the outer world is compelled to bow in humble harvest. In this passage, the king represents your waking I am, stirring every inner witness, elders, prophets, priests to attention. Gathering all the people mirrors the unification of mind, emotion, heart, and body into one clear intent. When the book of the covenant is read, it is your own hidden promise, your inner word of power being spoken directly into your willing ear. Standing by the pillar signifies fixing your focus on a single idea, a strong central support for your inner attention. Finding the book in the house of the Lord is the moment you rediscover your creative script in the depths of imagination. Reading it aloud, in their ears, is the act of impressing that script upon your subconscious. Making a covenant with all your heart and soul is an assumption dwelling in the end state as if fully realized. This is the exact moment of manifestation. You marshal every faculty into one silent vow, and the unseen aligns to make the promise visible. This text reveals the divine power that resides in deliberate assumption. You are both the discovering king and the obedient people. You can affirm and then inhabit your desired state. The words of the covenant are the energetic blueprint you give to your subconscious. By wholehearted commitment, you become co-creator with reality itself. All things indeed become possible when your conscious will and unconscious depths stand united in a single, unwavering belief. Begin each day by pausing in a quiet inner gathering, allowing yourself to settle into stillness as you envision the book of your covenant, the clear statement of your fulfilled desire. Invite that statement to speak in your ear by writing it in the present tense, phrasing each line as I am or I have, so that your mind hears it as living reality. As you move through your morning, stand by your pillar of focus. Choose a single mental anchor, a symbol, a word, a sensation, and gently return to it whenever distraction arises. Feel the power of your covenant now as an inner vow, alive in every cell of your being, accompanied by waves of deep gratitude. Release every trace of doubt and fully assume the state you have declared. Then trust that each thought, word, and action will form a bridge of events leading you step by step toward your living vision. By gathering your inner faculties in this way, discovering and declaring your true desire, then inhabiting that assumption, you awaken your highest self. In doing so, you align your consciousness so completely that the outer world naturally rearranges itself in faithful response.